चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपादकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहुगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सह गण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितां हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे बृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिय। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining this morning. So we are continuing the third shower, and as we are continuing 4 types of anarthas, the other anarthas are based from the previous sinful activities or piety activities, or from the faulty bhakti, that is from the imperfectly performed bhakti, and the last one is the aparadhas, offenses mainly against the nama aparadha. So these are the 4 anarthas, and as we are continuing nullification of anarthas, so this is another view to understand how the different stages of bhakti from bhajana kriya to prema will nullify the anarthas raising from these 4 types of anarthas. As we discussed, anarthas rising from sinful effects of sinful activities or pious activities, or from the fault bhakti, can be eradicated easily. But when it comes to aparadha, it takes a lot of time. So here, when the bhajana kriyas, when there are anarthas from sinful or piety activities in the first column, when we start the bhajana kriya, those anarthas will slowly, little by little, will be nullified. And as we continue more, and the more and more of those sinful activities are nullified. But when we come to the nishtha stage, most of those anarthas will be gone. And when it comes to asakti, at the stage of asakti, then all those anarthas will be nullified, and so that there will not be any more effect of those. But when it comes to the faulty bhakti, when bhakti was not performed perfectly, so same with the bhajana kriya, it starts slowly nullifying that. When we continue more bhajana kriya, it will be removing further, and in the nishtha stage it will be mostly. But in the faulty bhakti, if you look at here, at the stage of ruchi, all those offenses will be nullified, all the effects of offenses. But the main key is the aparadha here. In the aparadha stage, if anybody does the offense against a holy name, that will take longer effect, and it takes much slower and gradual process. So it starts little clearing from bhajana kriya, little more in the nishtha stage. But even if you look at the bhava stage, still there are some anarthas, effect of those. And in the prema stage, it's mostly cleared. But when it comes to siddha stage, then all of those effects have been cleared. I think that's where we have to be very careful about, making offense about against the holy name and nama parada, because it takes more time and it will haunt us more in the spiritual process. But still there is a hope, and also only way we can, go through this stage of bhakti is continue to chant, and also taking the, shelter at lotus feet of Guru and Vaishnava. And this is another view. I think these are the slides I took from Bhanuswami Maharaj lectures, and this is another view. See, as we see, the pink section is about the bhakti. When we start the bhakti, as the more and more bhakti we perform, and as the bhakti increases, the anartha blue section, we have more anarthas or more effects initially. The more we increase the bhakti and move from faith to bhava stage, all the effects of anarthas will be reduced to zero. When it comes to asakti here, all the effects have been zero. But whereas the aparadha, nama aparadha, will still continue from faith stage to all the way to bhava and prema. It's almost taken out, and in the Shuddha Bhakti, then it will not be any effect. So when whoever reaches the Prema Bhakti, they will not fall down from from that stage. That is the power of teaching to the prema bhakti and mercy of Lord when we reach the lotus feet of the Lord. And then, and we are continuing the reading from the page 30. So as we're continuing this one, there are some examples given. If can anarthas arise even after attending the Lord's lotus feet? And in the page 30, it says like, thus in case of Chitraketu, who had attained the lotus feet of the Lord, Atyantiki, his accidental Mahaparada to Shiva was apparent, not real. Since he was endowed with an abundance of prema, this is proven by fact that he did not distinguish between his form as an associate of Lord and as a demon, Vrutrasura. The cause of offense of Jaya Vijaya was manifestation of their personal desire derived from prema. The two desired, O Lord of Lords, make us inimical to you and fulfill your desire to fight. Being his faithful servants, they could not tolerate to see any lack whatever in the Lord's perfection. Let your affection for your devotees diminish and make this arrangement. Such occasional mental states should be understood arise from their affection. So here, so in case of Chitraketu, Chitraketu has a mercy of Lord Narada Muni, and he became a Mahabhagavata devotee. But apparently he offended the Lord Shiva, and because of that he became a demon. So even he became a demon, he did not lose the uh, uh, love of Godhead. He did not lose the prema bhakti. So that is but mentioned in this example. And another example given is in Jaya Vijaya. So when Jaya Vijaya, they also reached the highest stage of Lord, and and their offense was due to their personal desire. So they want to serve the Lord in his Vaira rasa, Chivalry rasa. So Chivalry rasa. So when Jaya Vijaya wanted to be part of that chivalry rasa with Lord, Lord has bestowed his mercy, and make them be part of that rasa. So and then in the next few sections, it's been asking like, how can there be any remaining anarthas for one who chants the holy name? The example is about Azamila. Answer is, even though when the holy name is unhappy with the offense made against it, it does not manifest its power in the offender. And also the response is, however, the Yamadutas are powerless to attack such persons. But even so, what happens is, by the intervention of the Lord of death, Yama, and other means of purification, cannot free them from that anartha. But only the devotee himself can, by eliminating the Nama Paradas reaction. So I think that's what talked in the next few paragraphs here. And and also, Bhikshanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling us in this page, right? One may argue, like, we have read in multiple sections of Srimad Bhagavatam, even in the Padjavali, it says that one may argue that even if utterance of the holy name once in the life, all sins are destroyed. But how does it contradict with this anarthas and effect? And it's being given here that when the holy name is unhappy with the offenses committed against to it, and it does not manifest its complete power in the offender. So this is the reason why the sinful tendencies continue to their existence. Even people start the bhakti unless we reach the stage of prema, continue chanting, taking the shelter of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnava. All those but fully the sinful nature tendencies or effects are not being nullified. And in case of Azamila, he because of his utterance to holy name in the Namabhasa, all anarthas, even up to ignorance, were removed, and he finally attained the lotus feet of Lord. And as we are continuing, page 31. and it's been told like, effects of anartha is like a sickness. We may not get the taste, but slowly, and once the sickness is gone, then you will see the real effect of the holy name and its power. And it's, as you said, having lost the taste for chanting, our only solution is to keep chanting. And also devotee suffers. There is also, people say, why the devotee suffer. And sometimes the devotee suffering also can be seen, um, you know uh, you know, even without the offense, suffering and lack of prema may manifest. But this is because, its name, caused by the name's quality of giving its fruit gradually, not suddenly. So that is the reason it may appear that, it's not, devotee is still suffering, but it's a purification process. And also sometimes it's also a Lord's arrangement. you know um, it's not because of their karma, it can be because of the Lord's arrangement. Sometimes, Lords want to make his devotees be part of the rasa to, uh, for the benefit of everyone. So that is the reason we see devotees are suffering. And here it says that, what example it has been given. And one thing I remember about the Bharat Maharaj, when we are talking about how, even at the Bhava stage there will be still some effects of the anarthas. And in case of Bharat Maharaj, he reached the stage of Bhava stage, and due to his attachment to the deer, and he kind of stop doing the bhakti, or his bhakti has been reduced, and because of that, he has to fall down from the stage. So it tells that, even in the bhava stage there is still chance of a falling down, but if one reaches the stage of prema, there is no fall down, and it takes a time to get to that stage. And I think with that we can conclude today's session, and we'll continue reading the remaining portion and maybe summarizing the third shower tomorrow. Vanchakal Bhatar Bachya Kupa